In today's world, signing up for something often comes with the illusion of instant results, whether it's a health supplement, a fitness plan, or even a belief system. Much like the health industry sells dreams in a bottle, modern Christianity markets a simplified, feel-good message. Believe that a New Testament Messiah died and rose again, and you're saved. It's appealing because, like fat burners or miracle injections, it promises results without requiring the hard work. Just take the pill, just say the prayer, just go to church, pay your tithes, and believe, and you'll be blessed with wealth, health, and prosperity. But here's the truth, there is no magic pill. In health and fitness, although you may buy fat burners or get medical procedures, you still have to train, eat right, and stay disciplined and be consistent. And in faith, the same applies. You can't just believe, you must obey. The God of Israel laid out eternal commandments, His Torah, and walking in that truth takes commitment. Simply following a New Testament Messiah who contradicts the commandments of the Torah, this is not obedience. In fact, it violates the very first commandment, you shall have no other gods before me. Over the years, we've spoken to countless Christians, many of whom were in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, those who've spent decades faithfully attending church and giving tithes. Yet they all still face the same struggles: sickness, depression, financial hardship, addiction, divorce, and various losses. If Christianity is the cure, all it claims to be, why isn't it working? This is because it's missing the core ingredient: obedience to the eternal commands of the Most High YaHuWaH, the God of Israel. Christianity has become popular because it's easy. It offers emotional comfort and removes personal accountability. That's why it has over 2.6 billion followers and why it keeps shifting with the trends. This is evident by more than 200 denominations in the US alone and over 45,000 worldwide. The truth in the Torah doesn't change, but Christianity constantly does. It's time to challenge what's socially accepted. Scripturally, many believers are unhealthy and malnourished. Not because they lack faith, but because their faith is rooted in a system that replaces obedience with belief, substance with symbolism. For example, eating sugary, simple carbs triggers the release of dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical, which is why they can feel so good and is satisfying and even addictive. Yet when consumed regularly and in big amounts, they offer little to no real nutrient value and often lead to a crash shortly after. In much the same way, Christianity, especially the New Testament, may offer a quick and temporary emotional lift or sense of comfort, but it lacks the lasting depth and substance found in the Torah. This is why many leave church on Sunday feeling inspired, only to crash emotionally by Monday or Tuesday, falling right back into the same worldly patterns, only to crave another emotional hit that following Sunday. It becomes a never-ending cycle of highs without true, sustaining nourishment. In Matthew chapter 2, verse 15 in the New Testament, we find a very popular Christian foundational passage, and is often interpreted in a specific way. However, to grasp its true context, we need to consider the historical and cultural background of this time. This verse is more than just a statement, it's a connection to a larger narrative that spans centuries. This is a prime example of how millions are scripturally malnourished. The verse states, "Out of Egypt have I called my son," and Christianity presents it as a prophecy referring to their New Testament Messiah, aka Jesus, Yeshua, YaHaWaShi, YaHuWShuWA, etc. However, this phrase is directly quoted from the Hebrew Bible, Christianity's said foundation, yet most New Testament followers are totally unaware of which prophet originally said it or the proper context in which it was spoken. With just a bit of research, it becomes clear that only one prophet in the entire Tanakh made this statement. And here's the surprising truth. It wasn't about a future Messiah at all. The verse was actually referring to the nation of Israel collectively, identified specifically as the God of Israel's anointed and firstborn son, not an individual messianic figure. This is critical. Despite this, the verse has been adopted as a foundational claim in the New Testament theology. Unfortunately, many believers are unaware of its original context or the prophet who originally spoke it. This lack of grounding in the Torah has left millions scripturally malnourished, leading them into idolatry, giving worship and honor to a man rather to the God of Israel alone, as he explicitly commands. If you know which prophet spoke these words, drop their name in the comment section below, and don't forget to cite the exact verse from Scripture. Just like a supplement with flashy packaging and rave reviews but no real ingredients, the New Testament's version of the Messiah doesn't align with the original Hebrew Torah. It promotes a human sacrifice, something that the Torah and the God of Israel explicitly calls an abomination. Millions have quite literally bought into this idea that belief alone, just believe, receive, and repeat, is a formula for blessings. But here's the thing. Those ingredients don't exist anywhere in the Hebrew Torah, Christianity's said foundation. Much like a subscription to a fat burner, many Christians pay a weekly or monthly 10% subscription for what amounts to be an emotional placebo. Sadly, the long-term side effects have proven to cause emotional dependency on a distorted belief system that replaces truth with tradition. So ask yourself, are you pursuing what's truly from the Creator or simply following what feels popular and familiar? Are you being nourished by truth or just pacified by imitation? The God of Israel doesn't offer shortcuts. The God of Israel states in Deuteronomy 30:19 that he has set before us life and death, blessings and curses, and encourages us to choose life, that we may live. The call to choose is echoed again in Deuteronomy 13:3 and 4, where Yahuwah permits certain deceptions as a test. This is to reveal whether we truly love Yahuwah with all our might, with all our heart, and with all our soul, and will we fear him, and will we keep his commandments and obey his voice? Yahuwah will make you choose him or obey his Torah. The decision is yours. Fear him, keep his Torah, and serve him alone as he has always commanded. Or take the Jesus pill and keep chasing emotional highs, empty promises, and a gospel that never truly nourishes.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more insightful content. See you next time.